Well, you might still be thinking, yeah, but why do I need to use groups? If I have lookups and I've got these records on my database, why do I have to have these groups? Well, you don't have to have them, but sometimes it makes it easier to work with your prospects or with your contacts by using groups. It just makes it very fast to be able to identify those that we want to focus on. For example, if what we wanted to look at was customers in the USA, we click on customers in the USA, and we've got that entire group of customers that we can look at. Makes it very quick to be able to identify those. Now, do you have to choose whether a contact is a member of one group or another group? Absolutely not. Every contact can be a member of multiple groups. So that means that customers in the USA could be cross-indexed, for example, with customers who have something to do with chocolate. They don't have to be mutually exclusive. We can group customers for any reason whatsoever, or for no reason. In other words, we don't necessarily have to have rhyme or reason. We can just decide, well, I want to keep up with these people. Maybe they're involved in some project, and it's really hard to explain how it all fits together right now. But for some reason, we want to keep these in our mind. We want to be able to look at these things or these particular contacts as a group, in which case we form a group. We're going to talk about how to form a group later on. But the main thing to understand here is that each customer or each contact can be a member of multiple groups. Now, chances are Customers European is not going to be a member of Customers USA. Those group names themselves are mutually exclusive. Unless, for example, maybe the company has locations in both places. So who knows? That's possible that something that would seem to be mutually exclusive, maybe it's not. So groups, the groups tool allows us to pull together contacts for any reason that we want. People tend to think in pictures. They tend to think, trying to put the whole big picture together, and sometimes groups allows us to do that. It allows us to work with our contacts in such a way that we pull it together and see, oh, I see all these people are involved in this. Maybe I should send all of them a letter. Companies, on the other hand, although there are some similarities in that we can have any contact can be a member of multiple companies. Typically, though, contacts are made a member of a company because that is the company, in other words, the actual company that they belong with. In other words, what we do is we group people together based on the company. We group contacts together based on the company from which they work, in which they work. In this case, Ace Pet Store. We've got two different contacts that are in Ace Pet Store. So we can quickly go back and forth. Later on, we'll see that we could actually have these added to the group just based on the fact that we add a new contact. They are an employee or they are associated with Ace Pet Store, so therefore they will automatically be added to the Ace Pet Store group, or they will automatically be added to the Ace Pet Store company in this case. So we can automatically have both groups and companies. We can have dynamic membership, and we'll talk more about that later on. We can also link. If we say, well, if I say it's Ace Pet Store and I spell it exactly the same, then anybody that I add that has Ace Pets, that's associated with Ace Pet Store would automatically be added to the company Ace Pet Store. That's called linking a company. I can create contacts from the information that is in the company information. Not only that, but if I decide that I want to change the address of the entire company, then any contacts that are linked would automatically have their addresses changed as well. So as you can see, how we manage the groups and the companies is really however we want to. In other words, these are just additional tools that we can use to manage our database. But it comes into more focus when we take a look at how we create these companies and groups, and then once we create them, how we populate them. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to take a look at creating a group and how we could manually populate it, then how we could dynamically populate it, and then we'll go back and take another look at working with groups and companies just to sort of sum it up. That's next.